Well, I never officially know if I'm live or not, but it's telling me I'm live, so I'll go with that. Or
Ba-dum-ba.
maybe I'm live now. Hell, I don't know. I did want to mess with something though here before I jump to the smoothest transition in the Vape Show game. I thought I'd step back in time and have a little humor real quick, but if I don't pull this off, I'm sure I'm going to hear it. But we're going to try it anyway. So let's dive into this one first.
You want me to bulk? You want me to bulk? Hmm. No, I'm not. I'm not bulking.
Smooth transition. Take off. What is going on, folks? It is the True Vapor Show number 259. There we go. Something like that. I'm finally here. I don't know if y'all heard any of that or not or whatever. It looks like it was playing on my end, but if it wasn't, whatever.
I didn't
Mark,
see anything.
Mark was probably wondering what the hell it was. I played your little bulk thing.
Oh, did you?
Because everybody's been asking about the bulk, so hey, I had to throw it up there real quick. If you didn't hear the audio to it, you just got to go catch one of my bulk video, and you can clearly see it. But anyway, yes, I know I'm a day late. I'm still not done, but yes, there's at least paint on the walls. I got an empty shelf over here. Things are not completely done, and they won't be for a little bit, but it's the way it goes. I work full time, and it's hard to do whatever. But anyway, I did have some stuff yesterday that had came up, and I took care of it. So I thought, you know what? I got to at least do somewhat of a show because I can't let the vape team pass me up. So
I thought today was Tuesday, actually.
yeah, it kind of feels like it a little bit as long as this shit's been going. But anyway, take it away, Mr. Mark. Oh, by the way, Mr. Mike Vapes was not available this evening. He had some stuff going on. So it's me and Mark going to be hooking you up tonight. So take it away, Mark.
All right, we got the triad with the GT4 because my BTFC caught fire because I had it in my pants on top this mod and I thought I locked it. But then when my leg got extremely hot, I realized, oh shit. So yeah, my BTFC is kind of all black right now. I got to clean it. We got some E&B banana custard in there. RPM 160, the big silver brick. And then we got strawberry, the one in there. And I thought I had pod systems. I do, but I don't know where they're at. That's it. Got some Dunkin' Donuts cold brew. If you're wondering, is there a difference between cold brew and iced coffee? Yes, there's a huge difference. Thank you. Take it away, ST.
Thank you. All right, tonight rocking the Infix, still rocking that little joker right there. Also got the Chroma R with the Anani, and last but not least, the Boxer with the GT4 sitting on top of there. Juices I'm rocking, I've got that Jam Monster Banana, and ooh, I got me a new love right here. I finally got me some of that High Nick Chicago from the package series. Oh yeah, that shit is banging right there. That is 18 rocking in the Infix. Also, I can't remember what I've got in the Anani right now, but it's something in there. But I see everybody going already in chat. They're like, okay, so you painted the wall the same color and yada. That is green, folks. That is not beige. If if you can't tell, go watch the video or two before this, and you will clearly see.
The wall is a
So
different color. I can notice that myself.
I have to say this though. I know from a standpoint of what y'all are seeing, you're saying, damn, he ain't do shit in there. Well, the thing is, if you're looking at it from my view, there's been a whole lot done in here, and there's still more work to do. But I have literally kind of like flipped now. So used to, let's see, let me find my fingers right. I used to be on that wall over there. Now I got this wall behind me. So I've kind of like I've done a big spin with everything.
But the shelf is still in the same corner.
The shelf is still in the same corner. Of course, it is cleared out right now, but it's kind of one of those smaller bookcases that have to stay in a corner opposed to a straight wall because it just wouldn't look right like that.
I
So I've
got you.
decided to leave that there, and of course, I'm going to be putting stuff back in it. I've got another cabinet, let's see, over there, which is clearly out of camera view, and I've got another cabinet over back this way, but and I can see the sun doing its crazy thing since I'm sitting sideways now. I still got a little work to do over here to kind of control this lighting that's kind of always been a thing with me, but you got to remember, I've converted a dining room into an office, and some things you kind of have to, I think, constantly play with. But again, it's a work in progress. But uh, you know, painting this room, if you've never painted or messed with it at all, you would probably think it ain't shit to paint a room. Truly not the case. There is a lot of work involved with it. And for those of y'all that do this full time, my hands go out to you or whatever. I couldn't do this shit full time.
Hell no.
I used to paint when I was a way younger man, a little bit, and did it for a few months and realized, this ain't the shit for me. So, but anyway, I hope everybody's doing all right. Again, I apologize for last night, but there was some things came up and they needed to be taken care of. So, other than that, whew, man, I tell you what, I'm ready for some time off. Some time off from not having to do shit.
You haven't done anything. What the hell have you done?
You're right, I really haven't. Maybe I need to keep working then. Shit. I don't know.
A
But
vacation from a vacation.
I really do. But actually, I did take this Friday off coming up because I'm hoping that day will be the day that I can get most of the stuff back in place that I'm going to do. And then I've probably still got some other shit needs to go in the trash, but I don't know. I just don't know. Kid Bass wants to know if I'm wearing pants. No, actually, I'm wearing shorts right now, but I could really go without wearing anything. But thank you for the donation there. Point oh 0.09 is fine. He says, "Hey ST and Mark, finally catch a live. I'm in Australia and has to be a day off for me to watch you boys live. Much love and love your show." Well, thank you very much. Thank you for the support there.
Ooh, you're way out
Uh,
there.
I wish that Mikey was here with us, but again, I'm kind of like off. I can definitely tell by the numbers right now because either either shit didn't go out or I don't know what happened. But well, it's probably because it's a different night. Nobody was expecting me to do this.
We got 40. Ooh,
Yeah,
Mark
I
has
know.
all the time in the world. That's incorrect. Kip dipped drippers. Thank you. I have a
What?
schedule.
Hold on. Let me put. I'm trying to look at chat in two
What
different
did you
places on here. Let me go right
think? Mark
there.
needs time off. I do need time off. I have too much work.
Mark always needs some time
One review a week. That's rough, man.
off. uh, what's that?
I got 2 week, 2 week, two live show. Or no, I got 1, 2, 3, 4 live shows and 2 reviews a week. So that's like 4, 5, 6 out of 7 days.
Okay. Oh, Batman's live too right now. There's probably all kind of lives going on right now that, uh, not that I tried to step on anybody's toes or anything like that, but I normally I don't think much is going on at a 7 o'clock on a Wednesday. I don't think, but if there is, oh well. You just have to watch whoever you want to watch. It's all good. We all doing the same shit, so.
Yep.
But so hopefully this weekend I've got a few products that I actually need to do some videos on that I'm ready to get done. Um, so I'm kind of hoping I can get that shit finally worked in with all this crap. But I've got what have I got? Damn, I don't know. I got to look through shit. I don't remember what all I got now. What are you looking for?
My infix. Do 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 do.
I noticed you popped a video out on it today.
Yep. I love it. Even though I don't do pod systems all that much. It's probably my favorite out of the bunch.
I will say this, even though this will be one of the videos coming, definitely right here. Um, Ever since I've started using this, which was what, last week, I have not picked up a Caliburn or a Cocoa since. So that could give you maybe a little indication of what I think about this one. And
I prefer it with my fingers over the hose right there. I just like it better like that.
You know what? That is one thing that I mean. I know Mike was kind of at a point where he wanted some of the airflow shut down on it, and I know you're kind of the same. I don't. I don't do that at all, and I've been enjoying it. And it's so strange because I am somebody that likes a more restricted type, especially on a pod or even on an MTL RTA or something like that. But man, I don't know. I think it's just because the flavor's so good on it, wide open like that.
Yeah.
I just it's been damn good for me.
So you still do mouth to lung with it? I mean, I know it's still an MTL, but
it's kind of
like a little bit of both.
Yeah, I think it's probably I'm taking a little bit more in than I typically would on an MTL, but I'm running 18 in this, and it's not like choking me up or I feel like I'm getting over nicked on it or anything like that. So
yeah, it seems like 18 is a sweet spot.
Oh yeah, I love 18 in this thing. And two, something that's really impressing me on this one that I was the big concern with it was how long was a pod going to last where that flavor would start dropping off on it. And I've had this one going. I've used two pods so far, and the only reason why I've changed over a pod is because I got some different juice in last Friday, and I wanted to try that in this. So that other pod's still good, and if I put it in, it tastes like it's brand new. This one right here, I've been running this juice longer than this one, and it still tastes like I just broke out a brand new pod. So
yeah, I haven't tried the mesh pods yet. I wish they would have included those in the box too, but
yeah,
those are just coil ones. But these are still really good.
Yeah, definitely. I've been enjoying. I did get an email from my little Watofo person, and I guess they're going to be sending Joel's new profile RTA, the new mesh one that they've got.
Oh, so he does have a new one coming out. Nice.
It's actually an RDTA from what they're saying on there, so that's going to be kind of interesting there.
Interesting.
I haven't quite looked at all the setup, but they asked if I'd be interested in looking at it, and I said sure. So, I think it's getting released here pretty soon. So that should be coming. I don't know what else is looming out there. I have started to notice though that there are some things like kind of progressing around on Instagram and some other places of some newer products. And it not pods, even though there are pods out there. I did get the 160 like Mark's got, except mine's in a red. I have not tried it yet. Really haven't had the chance to kind of sit down and mess with it yet. But
Oh, you haven't tried it yet? I thought you tried it. No.
no, dude, it's just been. I,
I mean, it's nice. It just aside from how big it is, like if you can get over that, it's pretty nice.
yeah,
Airflow. It does have a shit ton of airflow, but once again, if you put your finger right there, you can kind of block it off.
yeah.
They should have included like little clips that you could put in there if you want to close off the airflow. But
I will say this though, the thing that shocked me on that one right there was when I opened the box, I was just taking a quick glance at it. The coils on this thing are freaking massive
yeah,
for a system like this. It's like you might as well just it doesn't even I know it's an all-in-one, but it just seems like a mod with a tank on it. you
like
know.
I don't know if you could like the coil. Probably can't see it, but the coil starts here and it actually goes up into the bottom of the drip tip.
Where is my box at? I'll break
So
one of the.
it's taller than this cartridge because it peaks up maybe a millimeter or two inside drip tip. So it's a pretty big ass coil. But it only goes up, I mean, it goes up to 80 watts. It's not like a 120 watt coil, but it is pretty damn tall. I don't think I've ever seen a coil go up into the drip tip like that before.
I'll break out a coil right now and show these folks how big these things are. If you're interested in getting one of these and just haven't had a chance to.
See that tech CEO murdered and dismembered in his New York penthouse. Who?
What?
Patrick King said tech CEO was murdered and dismembered in his New York penthouse. Who? The tech of what? CEO of who? Of what? I need to start watching the news.
So, folks, there's the coil right there. That thing is massive. So,
And that part right there with the O-rings on the top, that goes up inside the drip tip.
yeah. So
It's almost like you're vaping directly off the coil head.
it is huge. Now, I mean, they give you two of them. Here is, if for some weird reason you haven't had a chance to see. Hold on, with the red carbon fibered edition. That's it, right? I ain't even taking the plastic off that shit yet. But I mean, my hands are fairly large, so it's pretty decent. And there it is, where you can see how much of an airflow opening there is. I mean, it's. Hold on, let me do it.
See right through it.
Yeah, but yeah, it's pretty fucking big. So I'll be trying that and getting a video done here shortly. Of course, if you're looking for either one of these, my man Brad down there got them, and now I'm in a battle with Mark with codes. So you can either use ST10 or what is it, VF10. So
try using them both. Maybe you could stack them. I doubt it.
Yeah, I don't think Brad's gonna let that one fly, but yeah, and again, I'll try it and see what I think of it, but that's not something I typically would pick up and use on a regular. It just, I don't know. I mean, I'm either like rocking some small stuff like that, or I'm rocking that bad boy around. One of the two. So,
please mention what CEO it was. Like CEO of what company? I'm not. Maybe it's a joke. I'm not getting it, but I don't know.
Yeah, I'm so far off with everything right now.
I agree, Dakota. It is kind of ugly, but
yeah,
it's nice. Like it vapes really good, but it's kind of ugly. Yeah, it's big and ugly.
I do know now. I think we talked about this a while back. I know me and Mike were definitely talking about it off camera, but Freemax was supposed to be sending some of their new stuff, and they had reached out, and I agreed. Yada yada. I had like the third person with Freemax reach out and asked if I'd be interested. And I mean, normally by then I'm just kind of like, okay, I'm done with this. I won't even respond. because it's like I thought we've already discussed all this already. So I had like the third person reach out, asked if I was interested, and I purposely looked back at an email, and he had emailed me like a couple of people back. I said, dude, I've already spoke to you. I've already given you shipping info, and now you're asking me again if I'd be interested in looking at stuff. I don't get it. I said, I don't know how to answer you anymore on this stuff. And then he finally, man, he wrote like a long email back. He said, oh, I apologize, but somebody that apparently was there resigned or something like that, or whoever I was dealing with, and yada, yada, yada. And then I guess what's all worked out, and they're supposed to be sending some of their stuff, but I hear their little, is it the Max Pod or whatever that thing is?
Maxi, is that theirs? No.
Yeah, apparently it's supposed to be pretty decent from what I'm hearing. So I don't know. I guess we'll have to wait and see if that even happens. But
Yeah, I've got like all these other weird unknown pod systems coming from these unknown companies coming. Like,
yeah, there's still a lot of companies out there that are trying their hand at the pod game. So
I was shocked. I thought I would think they would have been like done and over with, but no, they're still.
No, they're still rocking pretty hard with this stuff. So, yeah, it's gonna be. Well, a lot of the guys that are constantly doing reviews, you're still going to be seeing a lot of pod systems coming out. But
yeah, there's no way avoiding that.
Yeah. But every time you sit there and think that they've done what they can do and there's nothing else they can, sometimes they might throw a little twist in there to kind of catch your eye if it's something that you're interested in. But man, I've looked at so many of them, and oh my God, they're basically at the end of the day, they look the same. That don't mean they vape the same, but they sure in the hell look the same because there's only so many styles you can do with this shit. But I don't know. What is that?
I don't even know what CEO you guys are talking about, so I'm not even paying attention.
TK, what are you talking about? Get me clued in real quick because I wasn't even really looking at chat a minute ago because I was.
A CEO was murdered and dismembered in his New York, whatever, home, but they never said which CEO.
I'm looking to see if I got anything pop up on my phone, and at the moment I don't see anything, so I don't know. What? I guess I could sit here and get all into chat for a while and just kind of.
So we went to dinner at my favorite little Mexican place
today,
about an hour or so ago.
Yeah.
And as we're sitting there, they got TVs in there, and what comes across the screen, like just loud as hell, was the, I guess, Telemundo news channel, and they were playing that clip of that racist old woman that was like talking shit to the Mexicans that were working. I guess she was saying like, oh, you're not from the United States, whatever.
Uh-huh.
And this was going on and on as we're sitting there. I'm like, oh my God, this is like, and everyone just looking at us like, yep, we probably shouldn't be here right now. I couldn't believe they played that. I'm pretty sure a lot of you have seen that on YouTube, that racist old lady. Yeah. They played that on the news when we were sitting right there.
There's so much crazy shit.
It just felt kind of odd, like wrong place, wrong time.
Yeah. Oh God. How was the atmosphere in there?
It's always dead. Like there's a lot of people that go through the drive-through. They got tents outside, but their tents are pretty homely. Like they're kind of cheesy. So, but we still go inside there. Everything is like paper plates, plastic cups now. There's no like reusable anything.
Gotcha. Well, I'll tell you what I did last night and the reason why there was no show. Some friends of ours that actually the girl is how I've been friends with her forever. She's actually how I met my wife. And her and her husband were celebrating their anniversary, and they wanted us to go to dinner with them last night. And we were like, well, yeah, definitely that would be cool right there. It is the first time. Hold on, real quick. Thank you for the donation there, Mr. Southern Comfort. He says the guy's name is Fahim Salah. I guess I'm pronouncing that correctly.
I know him.
Anyway, so last night was the first night that I've actually gone into a restaurant to eat since I think January.
Damn.
Because I don't go to restaurants just really a whole lot, but we haven't, of course, we didn't go during the COVID thing at all. And even after things have started opening, I've still been kind of a little cautious of actually going inside eating in one. So
you wore your mask up until you sat down, or?
I wore my mask. Yes, I did. So, we got out of the car, we all had our mask on, and, walked inside. The thing was, there was like 3 people in the restaurant. That was it.
Yeah.
It was dead as hell off in there. And the particular place we went to is normally pretty packed, and it's loud as hell in there. So very quiet, very laid back, nobody in there. And I was like looking around thinking, wow, this is a trip, man, because I wonder if like all restaurants are kind of like this situation right now where there's really not many people in there, even though they've kind of been opened up for, I'd have to say, at least a few weeks here, if not a little longer.
Most of the ones by us, yeah, they're dead. Like people are still hitting the drive-through. They're not going inside.
Yeah. So if people are getting takeout at this particular restaurant, which I didn't see that many people like taking food out or picking things up. I was kind of busy talking, but I didn't see much of that. For as many people that were in there last night, and we stayed in there for an extra good while because it was the first time we'd seen our friends way before all this shit had happened. I'm like, how are these places staying afloat, man? Off of what they made off of us and, a few other people, it doesn't seem like there's any way in hell, to keep a place afloat. And, obviously it was a Tuesday night. Maybe that's not a busy night, but I don't know, man. If things are like that and have been like that for a while, I don't see how these places are staying afloat.
I'm assuming they're using like savings to kind of get by, but eventually it's going to run out and they're going to be closing their doors.
Yeah, man. I don't know. It's pretty crazy. Well, somebody. Oh, never mind.
Southern Comfort.
Oh yeah, Southern Comfort. Thanks for the donation. He says, Gokada, some tech company CEO. Okay.
Gokada. Some tech company CEO. All right, interesting. So is that new? Like, I guess that's considered news. I guess if someone gets slaughtered in their house,
yeah, you would think so.
I got Olive Garden takeout last week. Yep, we got Olive Garden takeout last weekend too.
That's the best time to go ST. You get more personal service when it's low. Well, that is true. And it just happened that we knew the waiter. At least our friends did. It was kind of cool how that all worked out, but still, it's like I don't, I don't know how they're hanging in there with it, but I guess they are somehow. But we've gotten word through what I feel is somewhat of a reliable source that by this weekend we're going to be back in phase 1.
Oh, Jesus.
So, and if that's the case, I'm kind of like about to throw my hands up and say, I don't know what to do. It's not that it's going to keep me from going into my job, but it shuts basically the rest of the city down somewhat. And, I don't know. And then I'm constantly getting updates about what the schools are going to do, how they're going to do things. They don't know if they're opening. It's just there's a lot of information coming in. And not that I'm sitting here trying to make this show about it, but it's kind of got me back and forth like, where I start to feel just a tad bit better about things and thinking things are picking back up, it's got me concerned that we're about to take a step back. And I don't know about y'all and what y'all do for a living and where y'all live, but uh, there's some places that can't afford to take a step back. And it's,
They should just leave everything open and just leave it up to the people to protect themselves, to avoid getting the COVID. And if you're
yeah,
dumb enough to go into a store with no mask or do something stupid, then you get it. Simple as that.
yeah,
Why make
it's,
everyone suffer for people that can't take care of themselves?
man, it's just, oh God. It's getting to be like a nightmare you never can wake up from. But I'm and I'm somebody that looks at news quite a bit, and I'm seeing there's a lot of other states that are kind of in the same boat right now. Yeah, California I hear is got some crazy shit going on, and the numbers in Florida. God, I've been hearing crazy numbers kicking off in Florida. And I'm not stupid and I'm not ignorant and I know how the system's been working. And when you die in a car crash and you tested positive for COVID, they're going to say you died of that instead of the car crash. I get that. I know the numbers are not the way that they're supposed to be, but things are still being affected seriously. And it's like, man, something different needs to happen here, dude. This has gone on
Way too long.
a lot longer than what I thought it was going to. I knew this shit was going to be bad, but it's like it almost feels like we even scratched the surface yet because they're constantly talking about, well, this big massive second wave is going to be coming in, and shit, if it's just as bad as the first one, if not worse, things were bad in the first wave. So
Yeah, I mean, like everything's open here, but they still have restricted hours. Like businesses can only be open for so many hours, which makes no sense. Like,
yeah.
why do people only get COVID like during a certain time of the day? Like, why does it matter when they're open?
Well,
Just
they've already said it here, and I know this for a fact. The bars are shutting back down. I know that much. They say, and I'm guessing it's going to be after this weekend. Restaurants are fixing to go back to limited hours, if not go back to where it's just strictly a freaking, you know, pickup or something like that. Uh, I don't know, man. It's constantly something. Oh, there's Mikey. What's up, brother? Uh, I think the CEO in New York died from. Oh, damn. uh, but yeah, man. There's a lot of places still dealing hard with this shit right now. Thank you for the donation there, Mr. Vaping Bachelor. He says X5 if you want this country open.
there you go.
Yeah, I wish it was that easy just to type it in chat and things be good again, but I mean, obviously that's not the case.
All the
Awesome.
small business like restaurants are definitely going to close down. That's for sure.
Yeah. And I mean, the restaurants are suffering right now. Some of these places have got things to keep them afloat even in the worst of times. But some of these little mom and pop places, if they haven't shut down already, man, they can't take much more of this shit. And there's going to be a lot of good people losing good businesses there, but I don't know. Thank you again for the donation there, Mr. .09 is fine. He says, I live in Sydney, 5.5 million people, Corona beat. One guy comes to a party from Melbourne hotspot overnight. We got 30 plus new cases. Contagious. Damn. Thank you for the donation there, Mr. Tom Clark. He says they have closed the borders here in Australia. I got a feeling you're going to be seeing a lot of places, a lot of countries doing some shit. I've already read the other day where, and this one kind of shocked me. It said Hong Kong had no cases, which to me kind of like I don't know about that. But now all of a sudden they've started to get a little surge going. So and they're talking about a lot of these countries now that are trying to prepare and get ready again, and it's like, oh shit. But I should have changed the name of the show to Let's Talk News tonight, but I don't know. We always get. I hate when we get on a little bit of a talk with this and it carries on for too long. But for those of y'all that are dealing with this shit, I hate it for y'all. I mean, I think we're all dealing with it in one way or another. Even if you don't know anybody that has this, it's affected your life somehow. So we're all in this shit together, and hopefully we can all dig our way out of this shit. But I don't know. Plus, this is an election year. You got a lot of shit going on, and oh, I don't know. And on top of that, because I have been reading the news a lot, here's a little tidbit of news for you. So apparently there is some odd weather pattern going on that hasn't happened in like forever. So a lot of the southern parts, a lot of southern states are dealing with extreme heat. Death Valley just recorded its second highest temperature since they've been recording records. You want to take a guess what it was the other day in Death Valley, Mark?
125.
128 degrees.
Jesus, holy hell.
128. And that's no heat index or no nothing. That's 128 degrees. Dude, you might as well just sit out there and cook.
Yeah.
You know? And they say this shit is kind of like moving to the east towards our way, where by this weekend, our temps are going to be up, but it's normally our heat index what kills us here. And it's fixing to be on. So I'm fixing to keep my ass in this air conditioned house.
Yeah, last week we were in the high 90s. This week's not bad. It's like 80s.
Yeah. Well, a bad thing with us too is, as bad as the heat has been, ooh, you know, I'm sitting here looking at my other thing. I've gotten dark as hell because the sun's starting to go down. Let me brighten me up a little bit.
Brighten me up.
My grass. I had my grass looking pretty damn good at the beginning of the year, and now it's just we haven't had any rain in a while, and it's been so damn hot. You could throw a match out there, and that shit would probably just burn just like that. This shit is dry and damn near dying off. It is crazy. It's so for those people that were saying like months ago that the COVID hates heat, I think y'all got that wrong.
I was saying that. I was a believer of that, but I guess the heat doesn't have anything to do with it.
No, the heat ain't doing shit to it because it's still running rampant. So they'll have to find some other thing that says that it'll kill it off. But
and I got that information from a YouTube video. You know, YouTube is pretty accurate with their information.
YouTube does not lie. There is not a YouTuber out there, a content creator that lies.
Yep.
So everybody that gets on here is constant truth.
It's all facts.
Yeah, right. Anyway. Oh, Lordy. What's going on, Amy? She says, my grass is cooked. I am so stinking sad. Yeah, I guess the heat's tearing everybody's ass up right now. So,
well, folks, if you want to keep your grass green, here's a few tips. Don't cut your grass too short. That'll burn it. And you can water early in the morning and late at night. And that will keep your grass green during these.
Holy shit. Sadie just said that it's 122 degrees here in Kuwait.
Holy shit.
You can keep that shit over there. I don't want nothing to deal with that right there. Phenom says, bring back the China cabinet. I did the video before this because I wasn't ready in here. I did part of it at the kitchen table, and that's where the China cabinet is at. It's in the kitchen now. So no, cool. I'm not bringing the China cabinet back. It's been retired. So, but yeah, man, it's like, seems like a whole lot of shit going on, but I don't know, dude. Doesn't seem like there's a whole lot of, well, that would be wrong to I was gonna say, doesn't sound like there's a whole lot of products hitting the line, but actually, it seems like it is kind of building up there a little bit more
Someone
than it
cracked an egg
was.
on a car hood and actually fried an egg in Kuwait. Damn.
You know what? I remember doing that shit when I was a kid. It was one hot ass summer, and I remember taking like two eggs out on the street, and I mean, it wasn't nothing like instantaneously, but that Joker did cook on the street. It was hot as shit out there.
I never believed that. Like you could cook an egg on
You
sidewalk or
can.
something, can you?
Well, no, you got to do it on the street like blacktop, where the heat's really soaking that shit in there. See,
It's like,
that's the thing. Hold on. That is the thing. I feel like I put a lot of effort into my yard. And, when it's not as hot outside, we're kind of proactive about watering and shit like that. But when the heat gets to the way it's been, I would have to leave my sprinklers on nonstop every day. And I'm not paying some high ass water bill for my grass to look good. The grass can die for all I care before I'm going to pay all that goddamn money. That's bullshit. So,
yeah, most of my grass is yellow.
damn.
And I still have somebody come out and cut it, which makes absolutely no sense.
Oh, God. I was telling my wife yesterday, I said, I'm about ready to pay somebody to cut the grass because I don't feel like getting out in that heat and fooling with it. But, whew, man. For all y'all that like own landscaping companies or, you've got some grass cutting business, kudos to y'all because there ain't no way in hell I could spend all day out. I'm just not a young man anymore. I can't get out in that heat and stay out in it for that long without, having to take a shit ton of breaks.
You know,
So,
it's funny. Like a lot of the landscapers I see, they are Hispanic, but it's always like a lot of old guys. Like they look really old, and they're out there with like pants on in like 100-degree weather, doing this shit. I'm like, how the fuck is he doing this?
you know what trips me out even more, and I see it around here so much. And really, to me, it doesn't really matter what your background is, white, black, Mexican, whatever the case might be. I see a lot of guys nowadays wearing like thick pants and a long sleeve shirt
Ooh.
out in this heat, and I've been told, well, it kind of, you don't want to burn up out there, but it's like, dude, I mean,
Yeah.
you're out in the hell. If I go out in shorts and a short sleeve shirt and the heat's blasting, I still don't want to be out in that shit, much less wearing freaking pants and a long sleeve shirt and working my ass off out there. There ain't no way I want any part of that. But
Those are usually like really skinny people that are constantly cold.
hell yeah. Well, that's one thing I ain't got to worry about. But
I work at a landscape company, and your name is Joe.
Joe, can I hire you? I really need some work done around here that I just can't get myself to do. But
Your last name actually sounds kind of Mexican.
here we go. Kid Bass says my pool is like bathwater. I bet you it is. You living down there in Florida, you got that homemade jacuzzi going. It's boiling down there in the water. That's true. And having to wear a mask in this shit.
Mm.
You know what I've realized? Wearing a mask and even being indoors like I am in a climate controlled building, it still wears me out. Like if I've got to walk from one side of the plant to the other doing something and I've got a mask on, by the time I get from point A to point B, I'm like, holy shit, this is
It's
too
hard to
much.
breathe.
Yeah.
Breathing, and it makes your face sweat.
Yeah, no.
And I noticed, like I bought a bunch of different masks. Of course, they're all made in China. And if you look really closely at these masks, like there's holes in them. Some of them, the seams are ripping. There's no way these things are doing anything. I just found today that there was 2 masks I was wearing that had a hole like right in the center, and I could stick my finger in there and you could see my finger. Like,
Yeah, I know.
a lot of these masks are garbage, complete garbage.
I'm starting to see more and more like on Facebook of people taking pictures of businesses stating that you will not be allowed in our store if you're wearing a mask.
Yeah, that I don't. That's
I'm
like that.
like, okay. Yeah.
I just I don't understand. I know there's people out there who are like, I won't wear a mask. The government can't tell me what to do. Like, well,
Yeah.
when you get sick, don't start crying that the government, did something to you because you didn't want to wear a mask.
Oh man. And now I've got another first coming up this Monday. I've got my, because it got delayed because of the COVID shit, but I've got my first dentist appointment this coming Monday. And my dentist called me today, and I had to sit on the phone for like 20 minutes answering questions and doing like a little pre survey thing before I even go in. And I was told when I get to the office that when I pull up in the parking lot to give them a call, let them know I'm there, not to come in because they're not allowing anybody to sit in the waiting room. And when they're ready for me, they'll send one of their people out to come get me to take me in. And then when I'm going in, I need to make sure I wear a mask up until I get into the chair, and then I can take it off.
Wow.
I'm like, okay, shit. Is there any other things you need me to do before?
That's great.
Do I need to fill a will out or anything?
I'm surprised they don't give you a COVID test like there on the spot to make sure you're good.
I ain't gonna lie to you. I honestly thought that I was about to hear that. I thought that they were about to say, look, we're going to need you to get tested before you come in or some shit like that. Cause I was kind of put my foot down to say, hey, look, I'll answer your questions and I'll abide by what I can, but I don't know about all this. But I feel like I'm about to be in a position now because there are some cases that are popping up at work, and people that have worked around them, they have sent them home. They've made them get tests, and they have to wait before they can come back to see what their test results say. And I'm starting to get to a point now, I feel like I'm about to get hit up to say, hey, we know you were around such and such, and there's a possibility here, so we need you to go get tested now. I'm like,
oh, so there have been people at your job that gotten sick?
Yes. So I'm kind of like, I feel like my number's about to get pulled here sooner or later on this shit. So
yeah, that would creep me out.
What is? I'm sorry, folks. I'm trying to reach out to.
I wish everyone in Ohio are doing the same. Sit in the parking lot until you are ready for you. Vets take your dog in and bring them back out also. Yeah, I know the vets out here, like, they come to your car and actually get your dog. As far as the doctors, I've been having my doctor appointments over the telehealth thing, over the computer.
Yeah.
But like blood work, you go in, you get blood work. There's no one there. Of course, just the person that's taking your blood. And then the doctor calls you a week later and you do your appointment over the phone.
Thank you for the donation there, Mr. Vape Ambassador. He says, our numbers have doubled since mandating masks. Damn. Okay.
What? That's weird.
It doesn't seem like it would make sense, but
I know.
Hey, I don't know. I'm not a doctor by any means, so I can't give any advice on that shit. But yeah, man, I feel it coming, man. I feel my numbers about to get pulled on this shit, and and this shit ain't gonna end anytime soon. So
I wonder if they have a vaccine, but they're just not releasing it yet. And they're just waiting. They're sitting on it.
Now, the friends that we went to go have dinner with last night, he's a police officer. He's had to be tested 4 times already.
Damn.
For being around certain situations. And I just kind of never put that together, but I imagine there are a lot of people that work in certain scenarios that have probably been frequently tested on some shit, So,
and after hearing about that swab going all the way up your nose, like to the back of your brain, like,
well, they can do it in other ways. It's just how they're resorting to doing things. So, another thing I noticed kind of tripped me out. So, we've got a newer little, I don't know if you want to call it like a little minor medical place or a little doctor's office down the street from my work. Morning before last, I'm driving into work. Now, I go into work pretty early. There's people are just starting to get there to, I guess, for their appointments. But I drive by, the parking lot is slam full. Cars parked in businesses both sides. They've got a line out the door, down the side of the building, and behind it. And I was like, what the hell's going on here? And then I noticed it again today, and somebody stated, oh, they've just started testing people for COVID there now.
Oh, Jesus.
So all the people in that area are going there now to get tests done. And I'm like, dude, there's a shit ton of people out there getting tests. So
I feel like if you're waiting in line, if you don't have COVID, you're probably going to get it if you're waiting. If you're not sitting in your car, like doing it in your car.
Yeah, I know. Oh, man.
Crazy.
But that would suck, man. If, like, I would imagine maybe like with a lot of people, if an employer's making you go get tested and you got to go to a certain spot and there's a line there and there ain't shit you can do about it, you don't want to sit in your car and wait forever because people are constantly going to get in that line. But two, you want to stand in line with a bunch of strange people with all this shit going on right now. It's kind of like, what are you going to do here?
Yeah, it's
but
tough spot.
Thank you for the donation there, Mr. Bearded Vapor. He says the COVID-19 swab made my dad's nose bleed when he got it done, and I will refuse to go get that done. That sucks.
It sounds unpleasant.
I can tell you this. I want to say basically I've had the test. I know I've said this a few times, but like when I got real bad sick right before all this shit started, I got tested for flu and strep. So I got a swab crammed down the back of my throat, which I don't enjoy that shit.
The throat's not as bad. I mean, you know.
Well, then I also had one crammed up my nasal cavity up close to my brain. And that was tough. That made me like, ugh. But
that I've never had through the nose.
So if I had to do that numerous times, yeah, I would probably be ready to throw down with some folks. So thank you for the donation again, Mr. .09 is fine. I just like saying that name. He said $2 toward your new drone after your loss. I did hear about my little supposed drone losing thing that had happened. And I knew there would be some stories. If I don't show up for a show, there's going to be shit talk. We do it about everybody. But y'all can be very rested to know that my trusty little drone is still sitting over here. So
I don't think that's $2. I could be wrong then. What is the conversion?
Well, that is Australian money. So it might even be more than $2.
It might be more, yeah. It might be. They opened up the DMV, I think, last week here, and the line is like wrapped around the entire strip mall. It is crazy because they're not letting nobody wait inside, and you got to be 6 feet apart.
Yeah,
people are lining up at 5 a.m. I've never seen a line this long to get into a DMV.
It's crazy, man. All this shit is crazy.
It's little going out there.
Thank you for the donation there, Mr. James Johnson. He says, Mark, did you get rectal tested for COVID?
I would prefer to get rectal tested through or other than the nose. It sounds, I don't know, more pleasant to me, if you ask me. You could swab my butthole, just not my nose. Feeling that hitting the back of your brain or whatever the hell is like behind. I don't know. This wouldn't feel nice.
Bob Shorkley says, I heard you got hit by a bus. I got hit by a bus when I was a kid, not here recently, but I did get ran over, and that's not a fun experience.
I believe one of the stories Sunday night was you were flying your drone and you weren't paying attention and you got hit by a Greyhound.
That, I can very well understand that too. Thank you for the donation there. Dakota Simon, he says, 480,000 deaths a year from smoking, 800,000 missing kids a year, 160,000 COVID deaths, and shut the country down. This isn't about health, it's about the election. Dakota, I do agree with you there. I do agree with you, sir. Mr. PETA, thank you for the donation. He said, just because, and got that ST logo up there. Thank you, sir. Thank you.
Haley, please stop fucking farting right here. Go.
I know with it being an election year, there's a lot of shit going on. And I know which we don't normally talk politics on a show because everybody's got their beliefs and everybody's got the right to have their beliefs. And there's a few things that you can't talk about, in my opinion, on the internet. One thing is politics, the next thing's religion, and the third thing is if you like iPhone or Android. Those are like the three things you can't talk about because they will turn into some of the biggest debates you'll ever see in your freaking life. So,
oh yeah.
And sadly, out of all three of those, I think the top one is probably the iPhone and Android debate there. But anyway. What is Alex? Alex is sending you, he says, Vape can we talk about last week's FAQ when you made doo-doo in your pants? What?
We cannot talk about I did not make doo-doo in my pants. I don't think I did. I might have.
Did I miss something here?
I don't know. Did I shit my pants last week? I don't remember. Maybe I think that was Brian on Thursday night.
Could be.
Kind of mixed up.
PK, I damn near agree with you on that one. He says COVID will disappear in November. I believe it. Right after the election, it'll be done with, won't it?
So, for someone who's not very political, what does the election have to do with COVID?
Well, this is the small theory to it, which is not really. I don't want to say theory. That might be the wrong word. Nobody wants Trump in office. They feel like that he is not the person to be president. He's brought this country basically to a collapse, which I'm going to disagree. I've looked at numbers and I've seen things, and there's many people that believe that this country has been doing better than it ever has up until the COVID shit happened. But a lot of people feel that the Democrats have put a lot of things in place to make it look as though Trump doesn't know what the hell he's doing, and they're going to vote, which obviously the candidate would be Biden in. Oh. Now, again, I don't like sitting here talking all this because there's going to be people out there go, oh, he said this, and you can't say that. I'm just kind of boiling it down for Mark to where he'll understand that. But
Biden's the guy who can barely speak a sentence in a video. Yeah. Like all those little commercials that play before the YouTube video.
Yeah.
Where he's like, he can barely talk. Wow. They're letting him be president? Holy shit.
There's a lot of shit going on out there. Again, the way I feel about things, I normally only talk about with family members because that's the only people I know that I won't get in too much of a fight with on certain things, even though we're pretty much all in agreement on our stuff. But, yeah, talking politics on the internet, to me, some people are geared for that. I'm not a person that's geared for something like that.
Nope.
I don't, unless I wanted my own. Now, I could start a channel and just talk, mad stuff about all kind of things, but that's just not something I do. So we kind of we got our own little bit of shit we talk about on here. So
yeah, everyone has their own beliefs, and then they get into like a big debate, and then the debate turns into an argument, and then arguments turn into who knows what.
Yeah.
It's kind of one thing you learn about the internet, like to stay away from a few topics.
Yeah. It's just, it's the way it is out there. It's even hard. It makes me, well, it doesn't make me nervous a bit, but it's kind of hard sometimes, and we haven't even done this on shows. This is like doing shit in the background. seriously, talking about like iPhone and Android shit, we've really been in some like hot discussions talking about like, oh, hell no, Android sucks, iPhone's the best, Apple, yada, 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 going back and forth. But you start talking with people that you've only seen in a chat, you've never seen face to face, and, you know, typically my shows get upwards of, 3,000, if not about 4,000 watch total. You get a lot of different opinions. Some people get real pissed off about what you're talking about. Some people will agree, and then, man, it could take weeks for that shit to clear up for what you said about something. So,
Yep. Some people get so pissed they'll unsubscribe.
yeah.
No.
And that's why I don't even really like putting my opinions out on shit. It's just, some people can't handle the truth on things that I feel are truth. And, it is what it is with it. But
it is what it is.
It is it. But now, if I hear shit and I'm strictly going by what I've heard, I'm not going to say, hey, it's 100% true. But if I feel like the information came from a reliable source, I might pass it along. Doesn't mean that it's turned into truth by me saying it. But Hitman's asking for a 2-hour show tonight. Oh, damn, it's 8 o'clock already. Are y'all wanting an extra hour tonight because I wasn't here? That's up to Mark. If Mark says no, we can't.
I don't care. It don't matter to me.
I mean, we can hang here for you. We can hang a while more and shoot the shit. I ain't got no problem with that. I ain't got nowhere I got to be. Matter of fact, tomorrow's my last day. Then I get 3 days off. So I'm actually kind of in a good mood right now. Even though as I look around this freaking office, I got shit laying around all over the damn place. And I'm so ready to put the final stamp on this shit.
Which will take you probably another 2 weeks.
God, it feels like it probably will. Vape Ambassador, thank you for the donation. He says, Karen West 2020. Yeah, okay. I hear you. I've heard that name getting tossed around a few times. That I've also heard that The Rock was about to throw his name in the hat on this shit. Oh, man. Pretty crazy.
I feel like I could run for president. If that Biden guy's running, I can run. That's all I'm saying.
The thing that gets me about, and no, I better not, because you got some people that'll be like, oh yeah, man, there's so much fun stuff we could talk about that I know people say, oh, just do it. No, because I have to deal with the aftermath from it with people constantly messaging, and it's too much at times, but.
BTFC version 2 will be dropping probably 2025.
There you go.
I started designing it in August of 1998, and we got the finishing touches to put on it, and then we're releasing it.
Well, Mark, I didn't get a chance to catch your video today, but what was the final result? What are you going with, the Caliburn or the Infix?
The Infix, it was better than the Caliburn and the Infinix. But I think the Infix has more on its side because you can adjust the wattage,
True.
Which the Caliburn doesn't have. If the Caliburn had adjustable wattage, it might be just as good, maybe better. But as it is right now, I think the Infix is like the best one out of the three.
I think that's what a lot of people will enjoy out of this one, that simple fact that you can kind of adjust your wattages on there, and you can see a little bit of information that's going on that you might want to see, but
yep, it's nothing crazy. They didn't go overboard with it.
Yeah. Thank you for the donation again, Mr. Peter. He says, ST still ahead, the vape team right in the show.
Woo.
You know what? I was sitting here stressing the other night thinking, man, if I don't do my show and then I don't do a makeup show at all in the week, that's going to be one more episode that the vape team gets closer to me, and I'll be damned. I didn't want to let that title go there. Now, if I've got my math correct, and y'all let me know if I have or not, Next Tuesday will be the official 5-year show.
Holy Jesus, 5 years.
5 freaking years of doing this. And I
Wow.
got to say, out of that 5 years, I've probably missed
A year of shows.
no, hell no. What you talking about? I'm talking about on this channel. Maybe on yours I've no, I ain't missed that. Dude, I haven't really missed that many of your shows.
No, not really at all.
But I can't say that I've missed more than a handful of them, and even that I've made them up somewhere. So I guess maybe technically I didn't miss them. There was a time or two that I did, and it was just because of being sick. But y'all got to remember too, the first few years this was the morning show, and then the last few years have been the evening show because I finally got on a regular schedule. So
Didn't it go morning, evening, then back to morning, then evening again, or no?
no, I did mornings for wow, what, at least 3 years? Almost 3 years.
The morning was nice because it was the only vape show, I think, in the morning.
It was cool. It was pretty cool. We used to do, now when we first started, I was doing the show. We would do a 2-hour show every Thursday morning from 9 till 11 o'clock Central Time. And normally the first hour would be like, you know, you kind of your little vaping business. And then the last hour would always be kind of like a free for all. And then over time, I was like, you know, we kind of fine tuned things, and, you know, I dropped it an hour off of it. So then we just went from 10 to 11. But dude, those used to be fun. I didn't have near as many people watching because most people were at work, but I still, you know, after a while, the show had picked up with viewing and stuff like that. And we'd have at least 100 and something watching in the mornings.
Oh, yeah.
And it was cool. You know, I'd have my coffee, you know, we just sit here and, you know, do our thing like we still do right now. But
Well,
I got to, at the end of the day, though, I got to say, I much prefer doing it in the evening like this, kind of like a normal. You get more people that are able to watch it then, and it's, you know, it's always, if you're the person behind the camera, you always love to see those numbers kind of high of people watching. That means they're interested in what they're seeing, I guess. So,
oh, yeah, definitely. I enjoy the morning more just because it was something different. Like in the morning, you hardly ever do them.
Because a lot of times in the morning, well, it still kind of works like this, even though Mark is kind of like taking that spot over. When I moved to Tuesday night, if there was any bit of fresh news that had happened like Monday up into Tuesday, normally I was the first one to kind of get to jet it off and, you know, talk about things. And then, you know, then other shows would kind of maybe do whatever with it. But it used to kind of be the same way on the Thursday morning thing because it would be before y'all would do y'all show that evening. So if there was like some juicy news that had come out, I could at least kind of, you know, sometimes get it off before other folks. But
you would think Sunday would be the show for that, but there's never any news that drops Sunday.
No, it's normally like Monday.
Yep.
Monday is like the official day of news dropping shit. So, but
I just watched, but I can't afford cable. Thank you.
Damn. But I do know this. I did have Netflix hit me up and asked if we would like to do a partnership where they would stream this show on Netflix.
Oh, Lord.
And y'all know I'm bullshit, but man, wouldn't that be cool as hell?
They bring in a film crew.
Dude, if they did that, I'd be calling work saying, I'm done.
That would be pretty awesome.
I don't know. I don't know how long that shit would last, but
probably a month. It's that.
Oh shit. Okay. I just got info. I apologize for that. I guess we are gonna have to shut things down because I forgot. I forgot Andrew's doing his show right now.
Oh
I
yeah, he
don't.
does. I forgot about that.
Yeah, I don't want to be stepping toes. It didn't phase my mind. I don't like to step on anybody's toes, so we're gonna go ahead and wrap this up. But we are gonna do one thing real quick, Mark. If you want to pull up, you know we weren't gonna leave without a business meeting going on. So
Oh yeah.
we do have a business meeting to handle. So for those of y'all that are not familiar with my business meeting, you have to be at least 21 years of age to attend this business meeting. On top of that, you have to be a U.S. resident. So, since I don't have my man, Mr. Mikey Vapes, here to call the number, I guess I'll just call out a number. And tonight's number is going to be. Let's go with 25 tonight. We're always picking like lower numbers. Let's kind of boost it up a little bit. 25.
Now, Patrick King told me last week that did you know there's an option that you can check off so that way you won't get any blank entries? And when I look on this randomizer website, I don't see it. But I'm going to go into advanced mode.
Hold on, Mark. Mark. Do you not feel like you maybe got just fucked with a little bit?
I don't know. I kind of think I did because I don't see open innocent event. Generate your own user. Nope, there's no such thing. Okay, PK.
Well, he just blasted you, and you actually
fell for it.
Kind of set it live, so it's there forever now.
All right, what's the number again?
25.
Here we go. We got blank entries. We do because we got 24 and 26.
Yep.
Looking for 25. And PK, if you think there's an option for that, let me know. Winner is 11 Art. AART. 11 Art. Congratulations. Never heard that name before.
Never heard that name either. Should we sit here a minute just to make sure that person is... I don't even think I've seen a name like that flash across the screen.
I've never seen that name. Could be someone brand new. 11 Art.
Why does that one just not ring a bell to me?
Mm-hmm.
Well, let's see if 11 Art is actually still in here and if they are good to go.
Everything is rigged. It's all rigged, folks.
Does it show if they have like a... Oh, no, it just shows the name.
No, yeah, it doesn't show anything. 11 Art. ELEVEN AART.
I'm waiting.
Watch it be just some dude that came in for like a second and then left.
That's what I'm thinking.
I'm
not the best at remembering everything, but I do look at this screen quite a damn bit and see who's in here. Not to say that I could remember every single name that's on there, but for some reason that name doesn't ring a bell at all.
Mm-mm.
And just because it doesn't ring a bell, I'm not seeing anything on here. We're actually going to pull this again if I don't get some kind of confirmation.
Confirmation.
I'm going to give you just a tad bit longer, and we're about to move on and do this one more time.
I guarantee you it's probably a dude that came in like, this show sucks, and then just left.
Yep.
Da-da, da-da.
All right, Mark, let's do it again. 25. Oh, hold on. Somebody said 11 Art is here. Well, where? I don't see it.
Somebody would say that, wouldn't they?
Oh, why are they not answering?
11 Art, if you're here, type in chat.
Please type in chat and say you're good with everything, all stipulations, and we're good to go.
Da-da, da-da, da-da. It should be like a mandatory thing that you have to type in chat if you won, just to make sure that you're actually in chat.
Yeah, I'm almost at a point we're gonna have to change things up because I need
I don't see him.
Because one thing that kind of gets to me a little bit, like sometimes people will hit me up weeks upon weeks after they say, "Oh man, I won on such." I'm like, dude, you got to contact me within like a day to let me know that I can't go back a month worth of shows. Oh, 11 Art says give it to the Sadie. All right, I'm sorry, but you would have had enough time to type in here, so I don't see it. So let's go with 25 again.
25.
If I get roasted over this deal, I just get roasted, but I don't see that person in here.
23, 28, but we need 25. Here we go. 25 is participants.
There we go. I knew that one was coming.
25, 25, 25. Can I get a 25? We got a 25. Congratulations to Happy Hippie. You hippie son of a bitch. You won. Congratulations.
I just seen him a second. Well, there he is right there.
He's right there, X1ing.
All right, Happy Hippie. All you need to do is contact me at stvapes72@gmail.com. I need you to send a photo ID with address and birth date, and we'll get you squared up. So let's get out of here because I don't like I said, I don't like to be trampling on folks. Thank you for watching. Thank you for all the support. As always, thank you for everything. I apologize for being a day off, but hey, stuff happens. We'll be back to normal time. Maybe I can produce a very, very special show for y'all next week since it is the 5-year deal.
I hope so.
Or maybe something will happen and
it'll be the same thing.
Yeah, it'll be the same thing. Shit, hell, I don't know. We'll wait till we get there with it. But I'll be like Mark, do shit at the last minute thinking I'm doing something good. But anyway.
There you go.
All right, folks, don't forget tomorrow night, Vape Team. And then Sunday night, I don't know if I'll be there, but the rest of the crew will be there. No, I will be there. And then all that good shit. So with that being said, I'm going to do a smooth transition out. And we will catch y'all later. Very smooth. I've been trying to teach, but this is how you do a smooth transition out, folks.
Hey, nothing smooth about this
Gosh,
show.
Son, it doesn't get any smoother than that right there.
No, it doesn't.
Oh, I love it. All right, folks, y'all have a good one. We're out.